Okay. Good morning, everyone. Hello. Okay. Should we start the live now? Okay. Good morning, respected teachers, mentors, guests, and proud parents, and beloved students. Welcome to the students' individual presentation for Year 6 Culminating Project. Thank you for coming today. First and foremost, let me introduce myself. I am Risma Natalia Merpaung, and I will be your moderator for this session. After going through the journey of primary school for the past 6 years, all Year 6 students will go through a culminating project. This project is also a medium for students to demonstrate their critical competencies that have developed throughout the years. They investigated the needs of the community and then proposed an action plan in order to solve the issue. Today, they will present their journey from the past 6 months in doing this project. Before we begin the individual students' presentation, let me give you a picture of what to expect for next hour to hour. We have a few students of Year 6 here that will present their culminating project. Each student will have a maximum of 10 minutes, and after all the presenters are done, we will open a questions and answer sessions. The audiences are more than welcome to ask questions to the presenters during the Q&A session using the chat room. Okay, this year's theme for the project is Impactful Action for a Sustainable Future. The team is aiming to achieve their targeted competencies and dimensions. We see this culminating project as one of the ways to elevate the students' creativity by solving issues that they present in their CP. I think that's enough to briefly explain the concept of the culminating project. Now, let's get on to the presentation part. On the fifth session this morning, we have here today, let me call one by one. The first one is Raphael, Narendra, Adityasunu. Are you there, Raphael? Hi, Raphael. Good morning. The second one,
Hello.
Ameera, Nurhikmat. Hi, Safina.
Hi, Ibu Risma.
The third one, we have Athar, Kavian, Ardiansyah. Hi, Athar.
Hi, Bu.
The fifth one, we have Eva Lovisa Simpson. Hi, Hi, Lovisa. And then Shiny, Rinjani, FauzI. Hi, Shiny.
Hello.
And the seventh person presenter today, we have Cedric, Evandra, Jusuf, Ngelow. Hi, Evan. Are you guys ready for today's presentation? Yes? Okay. Please give your best smile this morning, okay? Don't get too nervous, okay? Because I believe that everyone is all ready with their presentation, so no need to be feel like pressured, okay? Okay? Can I get a thumbs up? If you're ready, okay, then let's go then with the first presentation. Okay, now without any further ado, please give a warm welcome to our first presenter, Raphael, Narendra, Adityasunu. Ready, Raphael? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my presentation. My name is Raphael, and I would like to share my culminating project about the lack of access to technology in education. Next slide, please. Okay. I choose this topic because I saw students in the village learning without technology, and feeling left out. After all, we know we're now using technology technology to study. This issue is important to me because I saw this issue is important to me because I want now students learning using technology and no one to be left behind. Next, please. Okay, a little bit of research based on a survey by UNESCO on the quality of education in developing countries in the Asia Pacific region. Indonesia ranked 10th out of 14 countries. As for the quality of educator, it ranked the lowest out of 14 developing countries. The result of teachers' competency test in Indonesia was still below average set by the government with 90 and with a national average score of 54.05. Next, please. Okay, moving on to my SMART goal. For a specific one, I surveyed the teachers at other schools about technology they are using at schools. The survey was to find out the problems using technology in teaching. I wanted to make a seminar about how to use the right software to help them teach in class. For the measurable one, I made a timeline to track my progress so that I didn't forget what should I do and what comes next. And for the achievable ones, I have 5 steps that can help me reach my goal. First, research and interview. Second, do the survey and analyze. Third, make a plan for the product. Fourth, make the product. And last, ask for feedback on the product. For the realistic one, as I said earlier, this issue is important to me because there are still many students and teachers who still experience a lack of technology in education. Those who experience it are the ones who lived in the village or far from the city. And last, for the time bound, I started this project in late January with my brainstorming and SMART goal. On February, I started to interview and survey. On March, I made plans for my product and started working on it. On April, I took actions and held the seminar. And here we are on May doing CP Talk and tomorrow CP Exhibition. Next, please. Okay, these are my interviewees. I interviewed 2 people, Dr. Sekarwulan Prasetyaningtyas and Miss Tatum. They are both lecturers at Binus University, expert in educational technology, and researcher in higher education. The purpose of this interview is to learn more about our topic. Next, please. Okay. These are some of my survey questions. The purpose of this survey is to get more detail about the topic. For example, what kind of technology are provided by the school for them, and most people answered PC. Next, please. Okay. I also went to schools to do an offline survey. For this survey, the purpose was to find out the teacher's ability to use the technology while teaching so that I could help my product there. Next, please. Okay. Speaking of product, my product is a seminar. And the purpose of this seminar is to introduce the teacher to some of the platforms that can be useful while teaching. As it happens that some of the teachers there don't know about platforms that are useful during teaching. So I introduced them Canva and one website, gundo.id. Next slide please. Okay, here are some of my photos from the seminar. The seminar took place at my former school, SD Estrada Baktinusa. Next please. Yeah, after the product is done, we need to ask for feedback to find out if our product is successful and meaningful for them or not. For example, one of my feedback question is, how meaningful is this seminar for you? Next slide, please. Okay. In conclusion, a lack of technology can affect education. This problem can affect the students that are studying. They cannot access the latest material as well as the teacher. Although some of the teacher have access, they don't know some of useful platform to teach on. That's why I held a seminar to introduce the teacher platforms to use while teaching. And I hope with my seminar, teachers can hopefully now teach lessons effectively. Next slide, please. Okay. For my seminar, I should be more confident when talking to people and have a louder voice. For me, this project is so fun to do. If I had more time for this project, I would try to hold another seminar with a larger audience. In this project, I improve my innovative and action-oriented dimension by making a seminar for the teachers. And perhaps that's all for me, and thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Raphael, for sharing your journey. Please give him a virtual round of applause using chat room. Wow, that's interesting. You can go from to a school and then share your ideas. Hopefully, this project is not stop here, but you can continue to work it later on. Thank you, Raphael.
Yeah,
Good job.
thank you.
Okay, moving on to the next presenter. Please welcome Safina Ameera Nurhikmat. Hi, Safina. Are you ready
Hello, Boris.
to
Yes, I am.
present your slides? Okay, the time is yours.
Hello, my name is Safina from Year 6, and this is my presentation about sea pollution for my community project. Next slide, please. Sea pollution happens a lot in Indonesia because there are many citizens here and they have a habit of throwing trash carelessly. When people throw trash near or in the sea, it will slowly go into the ocean, which makes it hard to find it and clean it. It is hard to separate and compose the trash from the sea, especially plastic. Next slide, please. I choose this issue because it is happening a lot, especially in Indonesia, um, and a lot of citizens here still don't know about the effects on humans and animals, which can affect their health. Based on research, people still think this is a simple issue and it's not effective to us. Next, please. My goal is to raise people's awareness about this topic. I will track my progress by making a to-do list, and I will reach my goal when more people around me be aware of this topic. This is important because the environment is essential to us. I will try to finish this before the exhibition. Next, please. I did some online research and it says that 300 million tons of plastic get created yearly, and most of them are single use only. So they could have been thrown into the ocean. Based on statistics and facts, from 2020 until 2021, about 8 million of tons of plastic enter our oceans. There are many risks with sea pollution. It is dangerous and mostly affects our health. Next, please. The first person I interview is Pa Delta. He used to be a beach cleaner. He told me that there are many plastic on the beach and humans can get cancer because of sea pollution. The main causes of sea pollution are plastic trash and oils from ships. Next, please. The second person I interview is Bu Ovi Sabrina, co-founder of Fabrics. Bricks is a company that makes plastic into bricks instead of throwing them away. Sea pollution is dangerous and it is hard to separate the trash from the ocean. After separating the trash, they usually decompose it. Next, please. I survey people in Indonesia about sea pollution, and most of them are teens and adults. Next slide, please. Based on my survey, people still don't know the cause and effects of sea pollution, and they think the most effective way to raise people awareness is to make comic books. Next, please. Before taking action at school, we asked permission from Buyanti, our school principal, to stick posters around the school and to do bazaar in the canteen. We also tell her our plan is to put trash bins in the school canteens. Next, please. We also collaborated with GA for trash bins. Since the trash will be delivered to Octopus, we have to have separate trash bins at school so it's easier for Octopus to decompose it. Next, please. The action I took was to make comic book and Tumblr about sea pollution and sell them so more people could know more about this topic. I used the money to buy separate trash bins for the school. Next, please. I made this decision to raise awareness of sea pollution and encourage people to stop using plastic bottles, one of the main contributors of sea pollution. I sell this product on the bazaar and through online pre-orders. Next, please. Product testing. I also post some facts about sea pollution on Instagram so more people online can know more about it. I made a feedback form for it, and most people say the grammar needs to be improved. Next, please. From this project, I conclude that it is hard to raise people awareness of topic like this, especially in our country. But there are many simple things people can do to help reduce this. My project is effective for my surroundings because now people who bought my product know more about sea pollution and use less plastic. I can make people more aware of this issue by making content about it online. Next, please. The activity was fun, but it was a little bit hard. I learned a lot of new things from this experience. The obstacle that I encounter was when I do the bazaar. Fewer people come to our booth because we forget to stick poster to let people know. Although people didn't come, people still bought our product from the form. The dimension I develop is communication. I talk clearly to more people for surveys and interviews. That's it. Thank you for listening.
Yay, Safina, you did good. Please give her a round of applause using chat room. Yay. Wow. I think that you are successfully going out your comfort zone, right? And developing the communication by developing the communication dimension. Well done, Safina. Okay, thank you. Let's now move on to the next presenter. Please welcome Athar, Kavian, Ardiansyah. We have hi Athar.
Hello.
Hello. Are you ready to present your CP slide now?
Yes, Bu.
Yes. Okay. Time is yours.
Okay, hello, my name is Athar. Today I will be presenting my culminating project. And the topic that I chose for this project is climate change, specifically global warming. Next slide, please. On the slide, there are 10 agendas that I will explain one by one. Next slide, please. The first agenda is why I chose this issue. I chose the issue of climate change because I think that it is a serious problem that needs to be solved, and I think that there are more people that should be more aware of this problem and take action. I say that this is a serious issue because I think that it has dangerous effects on our earth and also our health. Another reason why I choose this issue is because I have been interested on this topic for a long time. Next slide, please. Second is what is climate change. Based on my research, climate change is a long term shift in our temperature and also weather patterns. This problem can be caused by human activities such as deforestation when cutting down forests, burning fossil fuels when using our cars, and also consuming too much power. This problem may also lead to many harmful effects like floods, rising temperature, rising sea level, and also loss of species. Next slide, please. As I said before, this issue is important because this issue impacts on our health, climate, and our environment, which can be dangerous. This issue is also dangerous because it can also cause extinction to species. Next slide, please. These are my notes on my research. On this research, I found out about climate change, what are the causes, the steps we can do to solve this problem, and also the effects. For the effects, I found out about global warming. Global warming is one of the popular effects of climate change. What is global warming? Global warming is when the temperature gets hot because of burning fossil fuels. Next slide, please. In this project, I also made a SMART goal. A SMART goal consists of specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. For specific, I want to spread people's awareness about climate change by using unique ways so that people can know more about climate change and that we should solve the problem. For measurable, I keep track of my project by making a schedule on and then filling it once a week. And then I spend some time on my free time more to do this project. Next slide, please. Achievable. To reach my goal, I did some steps, which are planning, research, survey, interview, making product, and then product testing. Relevant. I think that the school is important to me because I have really want to solve this problem since long ago. Time out. I've started this project from the month of February 2023 and I hope to finish this project at the end of the semester. Next slide, please. On this project, I also did a survey which has 101 respondents and there are 5 questions. On the first question, I asked about the awareness of climate change. It turns out that 92.1% of people know about climate change. And on my second question, I asked about the main causes of climate change. It turns out that fossil fuels are the main causes of climate change, with 72.3% of responses. On my third question, I asked how much people care about climate change from 1 to 10. And in this question, actually, many people care about climate change with the most rating of 8 out of 10. Next slide, please. On my fourth question, I asked about the people's opinion about what steps we can take to help reduce this issue, and they usually responded by recycling products, minimize using private transportation, and also like planting more trees. And the last question I asked about the effects of climate change. And the usual answers are global warming, floods, drought, and it can also impact our health. Next slide, please. In this project, I did an interview with two experts that I think that can give me information. The first one is Iben Yuzenho. Iben Yuzenho is a founder of an organization related to climate change named Sebumi.id. In this interview, he told us about the organization, what is climate change, and how we can slowly change it to another lifestyle like saving energy. He also answered our questions that we were willing to ask. Next slide, please. This is my second interviewee. I interviewed Ibu Nahdia Maulina. Ibu Nahdia Maulina is one of the people who worked in Pilah Sampah community. Pilah Sampah is a community where people sort out their trashes and then sending them to the Pilah Sampah community. In this interview, she also told me how we can sort out our own trashes at home and where the trashes will go after we send them to the community. Next slide, please. My product. For this project, I chose to make a video and make a campaign for my product. In my video, I explained about the issue of climate change, the causes, effects, and steps how we can take to reduce climate change. In the video, I also explained about global warming. And for the campaign, I took action against climate change, such as planting tomatoes and then giving them to my friends. In the pot of the tomato, I give a barcode, which leads to an infographic about climate change, so that more people could know about climate change, and I try to raise awareness from that barcode. And for my campaign, I also sorted my own trashes and then sent them to a community, which is Pilah Sampah community, and then which will recycle the trash. Next slide, please. This is my video on the left side. You can see it in the exhibition tomorrow, and on the right side, you can see me sending my sorted out trashes to the community that will recycle the trash. Next slide, please. Yeah. On the right side, you can see the photo of the plant that I gave to my friends. And on the left side is the infographic that I put on the pot. Yeah, next slide, please. Conclusion. In conclusion, climate change is a long-term shift in our weather and temperature. This problem causes effects such as rising temperature, rising sea level, and also drought. This problem can also be caused by things like not saving energy, burning fossil fuels, and deforestation. The steps you can take to help reduce this problem are by saving energy, reduce, reuse, and recycle, and also by planting more trees. Next slide, please. Then the last one is the reflection. Although this project was fun, I think that there are some parts that was hard for me. But I think if I could redo this project, I would always work on my project more and arrange my schedules properly. And then the dimension that I chose is action oriented. I think that I have improved on the dimension action oriented because I have been willing to take action against this issue. What I need to improve on this project is I think that I need to improve my time management and also editing skills. Because when making my product, which is my video, I struggle a lot. But I eventually found a way out to solve the problem. Next slide, please. Thank you so much for listening my presentation.
Okay, thank you, Athar. Good job.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing your journey. Please give him a virtual round of applause. Thank you for bringing up such a great topic, yeah, that should be considered nowadays. Because recently the weather is so hot. Maybe that's the reason because of the climate change.
yeah,
Thank you, Atar. Please,
yeah.
moving on to the next presenter, we have Quena Azka Madenia, the one that I forgot to mention in the beginning. I'm so sorry, Quena. Are you ready now? Yes? You are still mute, Quena. Cannot hear you.
Hello,
Yeah,
good morning.
okay. Good
Hello, good
morning. Are you
morning.
ready? Ready,
Yes,
Quena?
very much, very much.
Okay. Okay, you can start now.
Okay. Hello, good morning. My name is Quena from Year 6 Galileo. Welcome to my presentation. The topic that I choose for my project is I choose education for teenagers today. I make teenagers one of beginnings to build Linux to myself for myself to the future based on my personal experience about finance. Next slide, please. Okay. Smart goal. Smart goal is my first foundation in this project, which give me the biggest contribution because it based on my mindset and brainstorming result personally. Next slide, please. Okay, introduction. The purpose of this project to persuade individuals to try playing this card game while also teaching them how to create a positive gaming environment. Uh, for for those who participate in it. In addition to playing, you can gain knowledge through these points of receipt depending on how you play the game whenever win or lose. And then and this product. Wait, next slide, please. And then the issues that I choose for my topic is teenagers, especially who just receive loans for everyday money by intended their money things don't meet. So basically, they are spending money without any managing those that maybe can be useful for the next next using for the next event. Yeah, like event. Next slide, please. Vision and mission. The major objective in this initiative to assist teenagers in managing their funds more easily, effectively, and effectively. Mission. The goal of this project to help teenagers build their financial management by abilities by providing them with a tool that is more engaging and user-friendly for teenagers. Next slide, please. Okay, mentor and collaboration. For the first interview that I used, I interviewed Miss Ligwina Hananto, one of financial trainer, and then the CEO of QM Financial. And then this is the process of collaboration and mentoring is the one way for our project to conduct research, not only by surveying teenagers, but by contacting different CEOs and financial and others. Next slide, please. Project progress. To make the card looks more appealing, I apply original ideas and professional graphic design mentors during the creating progress. Challenge in this process when I have to catch up and manage the ideal time to sketch, consult, and mentors doing product printing and testing. Next slide, please. Okay, there's some action that I do for my project to make it sustainable. The first action, I donate my game card to resources center at school for education and sustainable. Second action, and the action that I did to share education with managing finance to understand at my school and give 2 sets of game card. And the last action I will take to showcase my product to the public, which I will have to long-term impact and will repeat it over and over again. Next slide, please. Action photos. So this is my photos when I giving my card game to MRC and one of the facility at school. For my action, I start to share my product with one of resources in my school library to make everyone able to play with my product. For the future steps, I will be carried in the actions that I will take in the future. I can be become a resource person for financial education and teenager who need basic knowledge about knowledge skill. Next slide, please. So the conclusion. Well, the conclusion in managing money as a teenager is hard sometimes, and then for my own base experience, managing money as finance is hard, but it's also an important skill to learn in early age state at life. So teenagers can develop the confidence and knowledge they need to know manage their money in the future. Next slide, please. Okay, so for my reflection as a creator of this game, when completing this project is my own certification as a creator, and I hope there will be an additional input and improvisation in my game. In the future, time goes by. Many challenges I face in this product are the part of process of making this game and how I do throw into doing this general research for broader knowledge. And this project is my own pride. Thank you for listening and see ya.
Okay, thank you, Quena. Please give her a virtual round of applause using chat room, everyone. Wow, I want to play that game. Please. Okay, thank you, Quena.
Yes,
Please
you're welcome.
welcome. Yeah, moving on to the next presenter. Please welcome Eva Lovisa Simpson.
Hello.
Hi,
Um,
Lovisa.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is
Are you ready?
yeah.
Yes. Okay. You can start now.
Hi, my name is Lovisa, and my product um and my topic is eating disorders. Next, please. What is eating disorders, and what are the issues? Eating disorders are serious mental health conditions with harmful physical and emotional consequences. People with eating disorders have disordered body image, often leading to self-deprivation, purging, and excessive exercising. This can result to malnutrition, bone loss, and damage to internal organs. Eating disorders are also associated with emotional and psychological stress, including low self-esteem, reduced social interactions, and anxiety. Next, please. My SMART goals. Next, please. Specific. Eating disorders are dangerous mental health conditions that can affect millions. Sadly, most go unnoticed, leading to harm. Eating disorders are not only about food. Next, please. Measurable. In the progress of doing my goal-making project, I track the timeline of doing my project so I can do this next steps on time. Next, please. Achievable. I will I will try to tell people about eating disorders and what the causes are, so they can be more open-minded and know that maybe people around them might have signs of eating disorders. Next, please. Relevant. Eating disorders are an important topic because many people perceive them as normal. Some may consider it as fasting or obesity as eating disorders. However, they are in fact a harmful mental health condition. This is crucial for people to understand the dangers of eating disorders, as there are irreversible effects on one's physical and mental well-being. Time bound. I started research. I started researching at March and started making my product on April, finishing this project at early May. Next, please. Survey. From the data I've collected from my survey, most of my respondents are aware about how dangerous this mental health condition is. Yet, half of my respondents don't know the causing of eating disorders. Next, please. My product. My product is a painting and a story. It's about a girl who has dealt with undiagnosed eating disorders. The reason I picked this product is to show people how some people deal with undiagnosed eating disorders. Next, please. My reflection. Making this project was fun, but it was also very difficult. If I were able to do this again, I would have more time to do this and put more details. Thank you.
Thank you, Lovisa. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing your journey with us. Please give Lovisa a round of applause using chat room. Okay, now let's go moving on to the next presenter. We have Shiny Rinjani FauzI. Hi, Shiny.
Hello,
How are you, Shiny?
I'm good. Thank you.
Doing good. Okay. Ready to present your slides?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's hear what our Shiny going to present. Time is yours, Shiny.
thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Shani, and today I'm going to present you about my chosen topic, animal testing, by the title of Against Animal Testing. Next slide, please. My objective. This community project aims to raise awareness about my chosen topic, animal abuse, specifically animal testing on endangered animals, by creating an advertisement video and a brochure. This way will help me to make everyone understand more about my topic and so they can know what to do. Next slide, please. My background issue. I chose this issue because I really love animals and they are also living things, so they deserve to be treated the way humans do. I also have heard a lot about animal testing that made me sad. Because of that, I wanted to try to find a solution for people to be more aware of my topic and so they can know what to do. I also got inspired by a few brands that collaborated with PETA, one of the largest animal rights organizations in the world, because they proceeded to put a cruelty-free logo on their product. Next slide, please. My SMART goals. Next slide, please. Specific. I wanted to save animals since some of them are being abused and tested by cruel people. Because of that, I want to try to challenge myself to make an advertisement video and a brochure and try to advertise it in front of many people. I want to know if people really care about animals, especially animal testing. Next slide, please. Measurable. In able to reach my goal, I will put a lot of details, information, and strong reasons during making the product by doing a lot of research and observing more about my topic. I will also try to survey about 100 people for them to give their opinions and knowledge about this topic. Next slide, please. Achievable. The steps of reaching my goal is first, I will make a lot of research questions and answer them by searching them on the internet. Second, I will gather all the information that I got and start creating my product out of all the information. Last but not least, after making my products, I will advertise them in front of many people so they can be more aware of my topic, animal abuse, especially animal testing. Next slide, please. Realistic. I think the school is important for me because I was really upset when I first found out about animal testing, and this problem also has many negative impacts which made it very unexpected. Because of that, I want to try to find a solution to make people more aware of this topic. Next slide, please. My time bound. I will start doing research after I list down all of my research questions and everything that I want to know about my topic. Next, I will start gathering information and start creating my product. I wish to reach my goal before the exhibition so I will have time to practice more. My deadline to finish it is before May. Fortunately, I can reach my goal in May. Next slide, please. My research results. Next, please. For my further knowledge of animal testing, I decided to find a good and reliable journal about it. After reading the journal, I found out that animal testing is a very ineffective and the result of it is very unreliable and it's also very expensive. It turns out that human-based technologies are way more accurate and effective. This is the link to the journal. From the second website, I found out that many non-animal test methods can be used in place of animal testing. These are more human and they also have the potential to be cheaper, faster, and more relevant to humans. This is the website. Next slide, please. From the last website, I found out that many endangered species of animals are also used in various harmful experiments. It turns out that endangered animals like parrots, guinea pigs, llamas, owls, and primates such as marmosets and macaques are also used in experiments all around the world as their populations are slowly decreasing. And this is the link of the website. Next slide, please. My survey. Next slide, please. Before I created my product, I decided to survey 100 people for them to give their opinions about my chosen topic, to share their knowledge, and try to give ideas for my product. And here are the results of some questions. Next slide, please. And here are the results. 69% of people doesn't know about the cruelty-free logo. 80% of people think that we should stop animal testing. And 66% of people doesn't know that endangered animals are used in various harmful experiments. And for the last question is that 50% of people think that I should make an advertising video as my product, and so 17% of people think that I should make a brochure as my product, which I will be doing as my product. Next slide, please. My product. Next slide, please. For my product, I decided to create an advertisement video and a brochure for people to be more aware of my topic. My products explain everything about the cruelty-free logos and what they can do about it. I also tried to create a QR code that shows the list of cruelty-free products so people can buy those products to be more aware of my topic. Next slide, please. Here are my products. As you can see, this is my advertising video, and this is my brochure, which you can later see at my exhibition. Next slide, please. My product testing. Next slide, please. After creating my product, I surveyed 20 people for them to give feedback so that my advertisement video and brochure could be better. Here are the results of the survey. Next slide, please. I found out that 5%, 10% of people, 5%, 5 out of 20 people that filled out my survey rated 4 for my advertisement video, and 15 out of 20 people rated 5. Next slide, please. For question number 2, I found out that only 1 out of 20 people rated my brochure 4, and meanwhile 19 out of 20 people rated 5. Next slide, please. For the last question, it turns out that 20 out of 20 people said that the information inside my products are easy to understand. Next slide, please. My conclusion. In conclusion, I have learned about so many things about my chosen topic. I also learned how to find reliable sources of articles and websites for my research, which is actually pretty hard for me, but I slowly get used to it. My hope for my topic is that I want people to be more aware of animal testing, and hopefully they will do a bigger action to this problem. Next slide, please. My reflection. After doing this project, I feel very happy because I get to experience solving my chosen issue, and I also learned a lot of new skills from this project that will be useful for my future. Next slide, please. Thank you for listening, and special thanks to my mentor, Ibu Risma, and my expert, FauzI, for helping me in this promoting project, and hope to see you on my exhibition.
Wow, thank you, Shiny. Please give Shiny a round of applause using chat room. Okay, thank you, Shiny. Let's moving on to our last presenter for the fifth session. We have Cedric, Evandra, Jusuf, Ngelow. Hi, Evan. I cannot
Hello.
see it. Okay. Hi, Evan. How are you this morning?
Good.
Good. Okay. Are you ready to present your slides?
Yes, I am.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. You can start now. The time is yours.
Today I'm gonna tell you about Colors of Racism, my culminating project. But before we continue, let me introduce myself. Next slide, please. My name is Cedric Evandra Jusuf from my name. My culminating project is about racism, and the reason why is in the next slide. The reason why I pick racism it's because I see it a lot in our country and different parts of the world. And if it's gonna be a culminating project, then might as well be an international problem that everyone can relate to. So why not racism? It's been hundreds and hundreds of years that the first have experienced it. So might as well talk about this ancient problem that we're having. Next, my smart goal is first of all the S for specific is to raise awareness to people to raise awareness so people treat everyone equally. I want to make a graphic mural because I want all of people to see my art, and besides it's free. If I make a shirt or sell a painting, then that would be discrimination to people with no money to spare. M is for measurable. I will do some research and interview experts in order to understand the background. also conduct a survey to understand the public point of view towards this issue. Number A, achievable. Research and survey and interview with an expert, and then try to come up with a concept for the mural to see what I came up with. R is for realistic. Uh, it's important that everyone is aware to how the different differentiation differency means to put people in a strong position, not in the other way around. Everyone should be treated equally in this society. Hopefully, timeline. T is for time bound or timeline. I started at February 15 until finished at May 8th. Next slide, please. So my expert is Mr. Zakaria Jusuf Ngelow, or J. Ngelow. The reason why I pick him is because he is a lecturer and a chairman of the School of Theology in Makassar, and also is a local ministry at theology. Next slide, please. The ex- Now the reason why I also picked this expert, that is my grandfather, it's because he also suffered through the DITII discrimination in 1952, and he was also a dean at the University of Makassar and often spread living in harmony on almost all of his lectures, which suits the purpose. Next slide, please. Number so when we had this interview, the first thing that we had discovered that racism is actually discrimination and it can be driven by ethnicity, color of skin, religion, and political point of view, and many other reasons because of the different points of view that life offers throughout everyone on their lives. Number two, Mrs. Zakaria J. Yellow shared that racism is a form of rejecting humanity and thus shouldn't be a daily occurrence to happen to millions of people around the world. Number three, Mr. Zakaria explained more about humanity should be a sanctuary of all people of color and background to be free and unjudging. And it all starts with ourselves because if we cannot fix ourselves, how can we fix other persons? Next slides, please. So I did a data collecting with a survey. 72% respond to it, and the conclusion is at the next page. Can you go there? The conclusion from the data is that people actually sees the turnout humanity playing a big role to stop racism and discrimination, and thus we need to keep provoking people in order to raise awareness of humanity's misdoings that happened for generations and generations. That's why we raise the thought through this many fields. Next slide, please. Provoking humanity to stop racism through art. Just like Mr. Zacharias said, it starts with ourselves. That is why I want to contribute to based on the things that I like the most, which is through piece of art. In this project, I choose a mural as the medium of deliver my message about racism and that I am going to hang it on the wall at the school near to Muskola, the Hindu studies, the Catholic room, uh, to remind everyone about humanity and diversity. If you're wondering, the Christian room is right about upstairs. Next slide, please. See, the presentation is going to be tomorrow, and some of you maybe couldn't make it, so I'm just going to tell you what the mural means. So the background is the pink because it contrasts very well with the earth and also the hands and also the text. So so everything doesn't get blended up. The colorful hands also represent the races of I mean the race of all of our the race of the humans that live on this planet so far at least. The tags are made from different fonts to represent the complexity of the message. The most used font to carry out the most simplest message, just like be kind is the normal Arian font, which is very common. Next slide, please. My reflection is in the Chico dimension that I develop intelligence, action into oriented, reflective, and caring. Since this topic I chose was coming from what happened in my surrounding and found that it is really matters. Then then I found a way to contribute by making a change. I believe that every single organisms that can make a change in the society. I believe in a single yet impulsive action towards cruelty and especially discrimination and racism will pull through this. The hardest thing I had to do in this culminating project is to make the draft for the mural and then fill a little bit of details that is suggested. Thank you very much for listening to me. Goodbye.
Thank you, Evan. Thank you for sharing your journey from the start until the CP is finished. Please give Evan a round of applause using chat room. Good job, Evan. Okay, now with that, all of the presenters have done presenting their journey. Next up, I would like to invite audiences to ask questions to the presenters. Okay, let's begin the questions and answer session. We have all of the presenters here. Okay. Okay. Do we have questions already from the audiences? Oh, let's check. Oh, uh, okay. There is one question specifically for Athar from Ruliansyah. Questions to Athar. Does your project have impact to your lifestyle, and what is the impact? Athar, may you answer.
Yes, my project does impact my lifestyle, and the impact is because I know about climate change, and now I'm more aware of climate change, and now I can slowly change lifestyle to be more friendly to our climate, like saving energy lah, like and recycling products. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Athar. So more or less, your lifestyles also follow, yeah, after uh, you are doing and finishing this city. Okay, thank
Yep.
you. Okay, do we have another questions? Okay, from Ibu Nursitara Harlina. What is the most challenging process in the CP? Okay, all of you have been sharing about the challenge on your presentation before, right? But how about the process? Uh, maybe you can say that the researching process is difficult or challenging, or like looking for the interviewing as someone expert to interview, or like gathering the data. Which part? Anyone wants to answer first? Okay, can we start from Raphael? Raphael, can you please answer to these questions? What is the most challenging, Raphael?
Um, okay, first of all, okay, first of all, thank you for the question. The most challenging process in my CP is, I guess, collecting the survey respondent because my survey is for the teachers, and I don't really have much much choices for teachers to ask. So yeah, it's like my most hardest process while doing the CP.
Okay, maybe making time, yeah, to gather data since uh, your survey is from the teachers out of school. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Do we have another? Oh, anyone other to answer? How about mm, uh, from Shiny? What do you think, Shiny, is the most challenging process?
Um, in most challenging process is one reading the journal because it took me almost like 2 weeks to read all of it, and I also have other things to do outside CP, so it's kind of hard for me to balance the time.
So manage your time, yeah, to get this all of the data, gather it, and then make it into one big information. Okay. Okay, thank you, Shani. Okay, anyone other who wants to answer? Evan, you want to answer to these questions?
To pick the topic.
To pick the topic. Okay. But I see that this topic is very close to your heart, and then
Yes,
uh,
but there
you
was
don't
two.
feel like, yeah.
But there was two, and it all was decided by a coin.
Okay, a
Heads or
coin
tails.
to finally get a decision on what topic that you want to choose. Okay,
Both of them
interesting.
embellish a lot with me, but coin flip it is.
Yeah, but I think your topic, your chosen topic is refreshing, and it's also important for people to know more about the
It
how
was. It
important
was
humanity is, right? Yeah. Okay, thank you,
picking a coin
Afan.
between heads.
Okay, how about Safina? What do you think, Safina, is the most challenging process? What is your
The most
the most
challenging
challenging?
process is to find the interviewee or expert and institute a bazaar because less people come, but they still buy from the pre-order form.
Okay. Well, it must be fun, yeah, to produce a product and then people wants to buy it, and then you buy something out of the money that you get from the selling, right? Thank you, Safina. Okay, how about Quena? We still haven't heard from Quena. What is the challenging process in the CP, Quena?
Like mostly, I need to manage my time wisely. So like when the process that I need to consultate to my mentor and between I continue sketching on my design. That is the most challenging part that I have on my project.
Okay, managing time, manage time, yeah,
Yeah,
to meet the mentors and then to work on the project. But uh, thankfully, you did it. Yeah, well
yeah,
done,
well done.
Gwen. Okay, how about Lofisa? What is the most challenging for you to doing this CP?
Well, the challenging part is my survey because I gave my survey to a lot of people, but I only got a few respondents.
The survey. Okay,
Yeah.
and then how you deal with it because you only get the
Um,
few respondent.
well, I kind of just kept giving my survey to other people, and I eventually got to the point where I have enough respondents.
Oh, well then you keep going. That's a good thing, Lofisa. Okay, thank you everyone for the answer. I think because our time is up, thank you for the questions and the feedback given on the chat room. Everyone, please give one more a big round of applause for everyone, every presenters here this morning. Good job, it's good guys. Okay. I will try to remind you all this talk is organized. Please check YouTube channel of Sekolah Cikal official for other talks. The cool meeting projects even doesn't stop today because we still have exhibition in Teras Kota. Everyone are welcome to come and join. And then lastly, I would say thank you one more time to all of the audiences here today, the mentors, the fellow students, proud parents, and also respected guests. Thank you for having me as your host. Good morning. See you on the exhibition. Bye bye. Good job, guys.
Yeah.